All right, if you're tuning in for this problem, this is help on number 3. It says Giovanni weighed the bags of green beans as people checked out at the grocery store. Fill in the blanks on the dot plot and display his data according to the key provided. You will need to organize the data on your own paper. So what we have right here is we have the weight of the green beans, and it looks like there were 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different bags that were purchased because there's 12 different items that are listed. And then as I look down here, I see that I have what looks like the beginnings of a dot plot where we have a starting value of 1. And then we've got some more values that are displayed with a highest value of 3. And so this is going to be the weight of the green beans. These are the different weights of the green beans that we're going to list in this dot plot. And one key piece of information that I want to know is that every time we make a dot, that's going to stand for 2 bags. So that's going to be kind of tricky, because when I list this information, we want to acknowledge that a dot doesn't represent 1, but it represents 2. So if I'm only needing to represent 1, I'm probably going to represent half of a dot. Before I get started listing all of that information though, I need to acknowledge that there's some missing pieces here, and this is just like a number line. So if I think about this number being the number 1, and this number being the number 2, and this number being the number 3, and we're cutting this number line. Okay, so since I have the numbers 1 and 2 here, and I see that I have my halfway point, 1.5, and then I have 1.75, what could be this number here? So I need to think about something that's equally between 1 and 1.5, and that's exactly right. I'm thinking 1.25. So let's count and make sure this makes sense. 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, 2, 2.25. So what could be these next numbers if we're looking at patterns? That's exactly right. We would have 2.50 and 2.75 and 3. So this is where I would probably pick up my pencil, because I need to acknowledge how many 2's there are, how many 1's, all of that stuff. So there's a 2 and there's 1. I'm going to cross that off. There's another. Cross it off. Another one. And a 4th one. Okay. 2.75. Oops. All right. I have 1 tally. All right. And I don't have any more for that one. Okay. The number 3. I have it 1, 2, 3 times. I have the number 1.25, and then I have 1.75, 1, 2, and then I have the number 1.5. Well, I didn't plan this very well, did I? Had that one time. All right, so that should give me all of the markings. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 markings, and we know we have 12 pieces of data. So remember that every dot stands for 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 1.25, and I have 1 bag, so I'm going to only give half of a dot. So I'm going to make a dot, and I'm going to fill in half of it. Okay? All right, for 1.75, that's right here, I have 2, so this is going to get a whole dot. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the whole thing. For 1.5, I'm going to go ahead and make this 1, and I'm shading in half of it. For the number 2, I have 4 tallies, so I have 1 whole dot and 2 whole dots. Okay, so that was done. 2.75, so we have 1 dot with half of it being shaded. And the number 3, we have 3 tallies, so that's going to be 1 whole dot and another dot with only half shaded. There we go. So I'm going to count my dots just to make sure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pieces of data, which is exactly what we had up here. All right, so I'll let you tune back in for number 4 if you need help answering that.